on item spikes as well. So they'll be wanting to try and play around those to the best of their ability and try and lever that into a couple of, early Drakes, maybe an early Herald as well, and get the snowball going from there.
And with that, we jump on into game for the first game of this best of 3 between PFT and CNT, the battle for third place. Both of these teams having lost in the semi-finals, and they'll be looking to jump onto, well, we could say a winning streak, 2-1 games technically is a winning streak, but we'll see which one of them can break that loss from the previous game, which one of them can recover from their defeat.
All right, well, we might have a little bit of shenanigans up in the top river right now. Mako a little bit deep behind enemy lines here.
Yeah, and
Jumps
so
his way. Yeah.
I was just thinking, Timer stepping up very aggressively. He drops down a red trinket onto the red buff, and sometimes we do see junglers doing that, but more often than not, we kind of see it dropped around the Raptors because it just gives a bit more information, because if you don't see the jungler, you know they've gone to the Krugs, and if you do, well, they've gone down to either their Raptors or all the way down to their blue side. And
whilst that was going on, Hamza secured that bit of bot vision control in that bot lane bush. So Suchisawa was going off for the potential invade. You want to bring along your CC with that one, but Hamza says, look, we need to make sure we have that ward, which you can see on the minimap there, in this lane. So he gets the early ward in the bush, resets, picks himself up the sweeper. Usually that's going to be the support's job, but having vision control of that bush is really important in many matchups, and Thresh versus an Enchanter is definitely one of them. You need to make sure you have control of that, and you can put out threat and just scare that Lulu away, stop her poking you out.
And there you go. You can already see the ward dropped in by the side of CNT. We'll wait until it does eventually get sweet.
Well, did Hamza see it? We didn't quite see what was happening down there. We didn't see if Hamza saw it get placed. It might be that, okay, he does see it come down. He thought, okay, he's just trying to, prioritize hitting level 2 first before we waste any frivolous auto attacks on any wards. But their own ward times out.
I was going to say, they definitely had to have seen it getting placed, because PFT had their own ward in there from quite early on. So even if they weren't in the brush, they should have. I mean, they have what, a window of 2 or 3 seconds?
They had a chance to see it. But whilst that's going on, junglers starting on opposite sides of the map, just clearing on up towards top. And let's take a look at top. Let's see what's going on. Oh, maybe that's not. Oh, what's going on bot? Oh.
There's action all over the map, or at least a threat of action everywhere.
Okay, there's nothing happening, but I thought there might be.
Eventually, the Thresh just gets hard poked out.
Yeah. So, once again, what's happening? Top, okay, Chopper is getting the cheater recall off. All right. The question there, oh no, he's not getting the recall off. Okay, Top's going to die very soon. Or not die, but things could go horribly wrong. We'll keep an eye just on the minimap to see how that one's panning out, because he's very pushed up. Mighty Action in position up on the Krugs, maybe looking to come around, but with the mid control provided by Reborn, he'll be able to spot that those Krugs are gone. That's going to put a bit of the fear of God into J Chopper, and Mighty Action knows what that means. Not any gank happening here, so he'll back off and go ahead to pick up that bot crab, but this means the wave bouncing back over towards the PFT side. Maybe an angle for a gank there for Timer, but he's just going to go ahead and reset instead.
So far, fairly chill, and we'll wait until those junglers really do look for a big gank, and that might be coming now, although Mighty Action gets spotted out by a ward. I mean, he wouldn't get spotted out by the ward until he hits it, because he's got his sweeps activated, which is sometimes...
he'll still be spotted.
Oh, does he still get spotted? I always thought
he doesn't get spotted, but you can, you'll see that the ward turns off, and that will sort of give the game away. Okay. As he's now a little bit caught out.
Ooh, that might have been a bad arcane shift from
Hamza, what?
Out of the fight, and his first blood going over to Zhao Wei, and that was not smart from the PFT ADC.
The PFT ADC, that was not smart from Suchisawa. He threaded that needle. He just weaved the hook between two people. That's so winnable for PFT there. It's 3 versus 1, but then don't drop the ignite onto Mighty Action to stop him healing. Not dropping the exhaust, and Suchisawa not hitting the hook either. there was so much room to punish Mitty. It's not Mighty, but Mitty action for his overstep there,
Like
and they just don't.
Oh yeah, it is Mitchty. I didn't realize.
I'm gonna call him Mighty because I don't know how to pronounce
yeah,
Mitty.
I'm gonna say Mighty. I'm gonna pretend like you never told me that.
Yeah.
I think that's a smart choice. But you can tell that I'm a support main. I instantly went to blame the ADC for the misplay. I mean, the thing is, he had the Arcane Shift. He Arcane Shifted it away, and then it just felt like it became a 3v1 on Thresh before the Diana and Ezreal could do anything.
Yeah, he could have Arcane Shifted sort of along instead of over the wall to keep himself in the fight. Also, could have just shifted a lot earlier so that he doesn't, so Mitty doesn't jump onto him. Shift before that happens and reposition. But ultimately, if you hit the CC, the guy's probably going to die. We'll use some summoners as well. Either case, it's a bit risky. It's Mako.
That's a flash, and that's a supreme display of talent, but the tornado will land the last breath in. Timer flashes away, the ignite ticking down, but it's not enough, and Reborn. Well, that was nicely played from the Yasuo.
Saving the life of his jungler there. Timer just getting out of that one alive. Mako thought he had it on lock, as most Kianas do. Once you get that serrated Dirk, you're pretty good to all in someone, but Timer Zafar has the double shielding coming out from the Pale Cascade, and it's just enough to keep him alive. Mako has to feel bad about that one. Losing the flash, the ignite, and the ultimate just takes so much kill pressure away. But Mitty action is here at level 6, but the Lantern gets Reborn out to safety.
And the thing is, it felt like it was well played from Mako as well. The issue for me was just that he got hit by the tornado.
Yes, but also, he's going for that all-in into a champion that has the double shielding, has a way to live through it, and he doesn't have any way to sort of stop Reborn coming up. Even just a little bit of poke going down first would be enough. Mitty action, though, making his way into the top side of the map where Rookie has ulted to try and keep himself alive in the 1v1. Ends up finding out J Chopper, but that should be a Drake. But it just sort of isn't.
I think Mighty Action going to use this opportunity to invade into the blue side top jungle. Will take away the wolves and the Gromp, and then maybe make his way down bot and look for Drake.
But that just should be a Drake for Timer Zafar. They don't have complete control of bot lane, but with Mighty Action showing up on the top side of the map, you can easily push that one through. Send Timer to help out, and also with the cooldowns being blown by Mako in the mid lane, and the XP that he lost, off the back of that death, as they don't dodge the way that Suchi expects. But yeah, you have enough pressure coming out from the Yasuo that he doesn't have to be scared of being all-in by Mako, because Mako has no cooldowns, so Reborn can always take mid control. He can just walk up, with no fear there at all. That should really be a Drake, but instead, Timer clears out his own jungle, whilst Mighty is on the top side of the map, so he doesn't take anything from Mighty, and then Mighty's like, well, I'm on top side, I might as well take the enemy top side jungle because there's no Aatrox to stop me. And now what do you know? Timer walks into an empty jungle.
Ooh, but Timer will get spotted out by Mighty. They'll spot each other out, and Mighty doesn't want to go in. I think he wants to steal. Neither of them have their smite available just yet, so it's just a straight up 1v1. Mighty Onslaught of Shadows picks up the kill, and he'll take the red buff as well. Blue buff.
And Timer, the Hecarim shows on the top side of the map. You walk to the top side, your camps aren't there. Maybe Hecarim's somewhere in the area, But he's taken down. He can't afford to be up there.
Oh, we got to teleport
in that
on the
jungle.
bottom side of the map as
double TP.
Tower gets taken down. 2 TPs for blue side, 1 for red. Let me try to let loose. Will get taken down as the True Shot Barrage snipes down onto Rookie. And now it is a 3-on-1 as Reborn forced to use the Sweeping Blade out to safety. Tornado not quite going to land. Michael on his way down, and those
Kiana has
two half-health members. Watch for the supreme display of a talent.
Oh, she missed.
It's cancelled. J Chopper pulled into the death round, means he doesn't get hit by the ultimate, and now Mako's just going to get run down by Reborn, knocked up, taken down, and it's a clean fight for the positive friendly team.
Oh, they managed to get away with that one off the back of their double teleports. Mako not having teleport himself, he's a little bit too late to the play. And he's out of range with the ult. It wouldn't have hit the wall even if the wind wall had not been dropped, as the dragon is secured by Time as a Fur, and you see it Reborn walking back on in to clear out some more mid waves. Unfortunate times for J Chopper, who loses a lot. You know, he gets the 1 kill, but it cost him his TP, his flash, and a couple of waves, and that top wave will now bounce back towards Rookie, which is going to cost J Chopper a fair bit. He might have to overextend a bit more than he's comfortable with. He'll have to be careful here. But for the team, it's pretty good.
And all of a sudden, Reborn on the Yasuo is starting to look a little bit more scary. 3-0, a 400 gold, a shutdown. Got the Noon Quiver. He's got the Vampiric Scepter. Berserker Greaves? I don't know.
Yes, Berserker Greaves, yeah.
Berserker Greaves. I don't know why, it just sounded a little bit wrong to me when I said it.
Emphasize the Z. Berserkers. You know?
There isn't a Z in it, it's an S.
Ooh. I think they spelled it the American way with Z. As Hecarim, as expected, makes his way up to the top side of the map.
And J Chopper might be finding himself getting chopped down once again. Onslaught of Shadows, he's feared. And Rookie will take his 3rd kill of the game.
That's an expected gank from our perspective, knowing that Mitty was up on the top side. J Chopper not exactly privy to that information, but still, you know, when a wave that size is bouncing back, you have to be a little bit concerned about that one. And the rest of the team make their way up top to try and defend against this Rift Herald push, which will be picking up, you know, 3 plates here for Rookie and Mitty. That's 400 gold.
To be honest, I don't know why Maker wasn't just pushing mid, but that's going to be a tornado. The Wild Growth comes through onto Rookie. Supreme display of talent. Not going to find the CC onto Zafar. As Reborn steps toward the edge of Ixal. Not going to be able to lock down Reborn. Tornado connect, but there is no last breath remaining. And there are no deaths.
Oh! Down
so
in
about
the bot
Ezreal
lane.
being able to play safe into Kai'Sa.
Yeah.
He may have made a misplay.
He may have made a bit of a misplay there. We didn't quite catch it. We got things going on other places, but what I am seeing is that Hamza has the exhaust up, and Bolojo used his ult. So I'm going to take a bit of a guess here on this one. Bolojo is pretty up in items, as is. I'm thinking that, you know, he hit a W on Hamza, and then Hamza just sort of, he hits the W, he ults in onto Hamza, and just sort of one bangs him because of those items. But Hamza not using the exhaust, maybe not expecting that kind of burst as Bolojo gets out of that one alive. But that's kind of why you take the exhaust, you know, in this matchup if you're the Ezreal. Ezreal's usually never in range to get value out of an exhaust, and exhaust does completely cripple Kai'Sa in these situations. You know, she's so loaded and telegraphed on her damage, be it from the Qs and from the passive.
In fairness, Hamza wasn't even that far behind Bolo Jave, because Bolo Jave was 2-1 and Hamza was 1-0-3, had about 20 CSOs with the Kai'Sa as well, so the goal was probably pretty even between the pair of them. I don't know if Hamza had a recent recall before that point, though.
Not 100% sure. We had a lot going on, but it probably would have been about even, yeah. Yeah, you're right. With the killer's about 15 gold, so. Or about 15 creeps, I should say. 15 gold, bit low.
Before the game started, we were kind of discussing Mordekaiser, who does he want to ult? Well, now that there is a 3-0 Yasuo, I'm kind of feeling that the target for him putting into the Death Realm is a bit clearer.
Yeah, I'm just seeing like a hilarious world where he ults the Yasuo as Yasuo ults himself, and then the Death Realm doesn't go through. Ezreal shifted in there, but he's feeling relatively safe. He has Thresh nearby. Was just a little bit worried that he was going to get tagged up. But, yeah, the thing about the Mordekaiser is you pick Mordekaiser because there's someone you want to remove from the game. The classic is Ornn. That was sort of the matchup that you would see Mordekaiser in the most, sort of last season.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, that Rookie is now, 3-1, making good progress towards his Riftmaker, which has been buffed since last time people really would have seen this champion. He might actually have enough. For 900 gold, I think it's either 1050 or like 1300 to get the thing from the components that he has. So he's almost there. But you normally pick the Mordecai to remove someone specific, just not even based on their damage or anything, but just based on their champion, because that's how you know it's consistent. But
Oh,
Timer's
that's
just
a
going
flash
in.
moonfall into the last breath. Onslaught of Shadows out to safety from Mighty Action.
Ooh.
And that's a 2 ults and a flash being burnt just for Mighty Action's ult. There is a Drake
Okay.
on the cards. And all of the positive friendly team are on the bottom side, with the exception of J Chopper.
But Mako's lurking, and Mako can get a big ult here. The teleport from Rookie as well to just remove the jungler. Should it come to a smite fight, means J Chopper will be joining as well. Mako's looking.
Flash.
He whisked the ult again!
Talent in is going in onto J Chopper. True Barrage rips through the members of CNT, but is it enough? Polymorph is the Yasuo. Exhausted is a Reborn, and CNT are turning this around. Mighty Action take it down low, and there's only Hamza remaining. Killer Instinct in, and it is a clean ace for CNT. Triple kill for Zhao Wei, and an Infernal Drake for the squad.
Holy moly, I thought that was so lost. Mako only getting a short ult there, and Mighty Action, you know, having to dip out the fight to go smite the Drake for health. Realistically, he stays in the fight, he's healing more. But they get away with it because Let Me Try to Lose does not live up to his name, and he hits a nutty polymorph onto... It was either Reborn or Timer.
It was Reborn. It was Reborn.
Is it Reborn? Yeah, either one's a good option as they dove their way in, and because they didn't have their combos, those champions became significantly weaker as Mighty Action might not be able to walk his way out of this one.
Gets played. Lantern pulls Reborn in. Will the polymorph come through? I think the wind will cancel the polymorph, but Reborn has gone a little bit too far, and he will fall to Mighty Action. Let Me Try to Lose this. The focus for the side of the PFT, and they will fall. Now it's a 4-on-4. Death Sentence will be able to connect onto the Mordekaiser, but Zhao Wei goes unstoppable as he takes her down as far. Hamza trying his best to pick up one in a 1v3 scenario on the bottom side of the fight, and he does so, but will fall himself. And 2 members of PFT will remain standing. Overall, I don't think that was successful for them.
No, not exactly. Losing out on some of their biggest members, and also just netting over. That's a net positive of 1 kill to CNT. They made their way forward and just catch out Zhao Wei.
That's a huge catch onto Zhao Wei, and a huge shutdown for J Chopper as well.
900 gold for J Chopper. But if you're the optimist on CNT1, you actually say, oh, worth, good death, we shilling, we yoking, solo bolo, and so on and so forth. Right. Because 900 gold onto J Chopper, you know?
Yeah,
I think that
shutdown, right?
They don't really care. You'd rather that J Chopper takes the shutdown, where... Damn it, Oscar. I look out the corner, I see Disco Oscar. Come on, man. But...
Wait, what?
You'd rather J Chopper takes the shutdown than someone like Hamza, Reborn, or Timer. Yeah.
I hate you, Doctor. You're actually
Sorry,
making me look
my
at
eye.
I could have gone
Here
through
I
my
am.
entire life without seeing that message.
Yeah, here I am thinking that, you know, our Discord chat is just for like production stuff. I look over and see Oscar being a sussy backer.
Yeah, quite literally. That's the only time I've
Mako,
ever used that.
Got to be a little bit careful there, but so not going to overstep too much. And right now, there's not a lot going for either team, but top lane, Rookie, pretty sure he can just pop the ult on Reborn and kill him with very short notice.
Right.
Looking that he's got the steel caps, he's got the tabby, he's got the Riftmaker as well. That's a terrifying Mordekaiser. So, CNT, we don't need to be here. We don't need this red buff. Just let the Mordekaiser split.
We always need the red buff, Doctor. Come on.
It's not worth it. Because they go for this group, they're trying to make a players 4, they're maybe getting collapsed on, and the whole time Rookie has to walk down from top lane because Reborn is doing the same. But if you don't make any plays in your CNT, you just trade waves, then Rookie or Reborn never has a reason to leave top. And Rookie will solo kill Reborn right now, given the state of their items. And so Rookie should just get that tower eventually, whilst we wait for, you know, the Drake to spawn in 90 seconds.
But, and hear me out on this, but red buff. Think of how much you gain. Right. Now Reborn doesn't have red buff. Now there's no more damage over time, right? It's huge. It's massive.
Oh, big.
Yeah.
Absolutely mega.
I mean, we've seen, you know, the 5v5 plays around Gromp, you know. The infamous, Gromp Poggies cast from yourself. One that will stand the test of time. And now we've got, you know, the red buff. You know, the players know the value of minor monsters in the jungle. You know, we think it's minor, but they're actually huge as a death sentence comes through onto Mighty Action, but Rookie is here with a flank. Once that tower falls, the engage will come through. Rookie finds the fall, drops down the Obliterate. Exhausted is Rookie in the death realm. He's looking to go onto Hamza. Does so much work. Will eat a tower shot, and now is relatively low as the death sentence from Tsuchisawa. Not quite going to be able to lock down the Mordekaiser.
Not yet. We've got the Drake up in 30 seconds. It's a good time to recall for CNT, but they cancel their recalls, at least on Mako and Bolo Xiaowei, and that's going to cost them a lot. You know, if everyone is recalling together, we're getting a big tempo buy. We get out on the map at the same time. Now, Mako, or Let Me Try to Lose, are risking getting caught out. And this is very far up to beat. If they get caught, that's a very gone Drake. And it's just like, okay, if you all reset together, Let Me Try to Lose will come back with a full supply of wards, and you can contest this vision control that's just been claimed. Now they don't really have that option.
Xiaowei is making his way down. Watch for that killer instinct into the fight. The pull onto Timer will not be enough to start off the fight. Drake has now spawned. We're waiting for the engage. The flash moonfall into the last breath, and the exhaust onto Timer comes through, but is it enough? Xiaowei looking to dish out the damage. Oh, killer instinct. Oh, pardon me, not the killer instinct. The Cathian Rain will be able to find one, and this is just going to go the way of CNT. Looking to go onto Reborn now, who just can't quite get onto Mako. Chopper on the run from Rookie. Pulled in, not going to be able to find one back in return. Reborn slowed with the edge of Ixtal. Xiaowei is on the hunt. But I feel like CNT are just wasting time, and eventually they realize this, and they head back towards the Drake.
Mako, you're about to get one hit. He's got to be a little careful over there. Has some cover from Rookie on a ward, so Rookie's feeling safe, but... actually, Rookie's ult is coming up pretty soon. Yeah, take
fair amount of damage, and he can source the pull, but will he be able to find the kill? No, he cannot. And in the end, the Bramble Vest is just too big for Rookie.
Yeah, Rookie just needs to hit that 1 Q, even with the Grasp getting cancelled. That gives him enough damage to pop that W shield and get out of that one alive. But you know, it's a good engage from Timer again. It's just onto the Lulu, which is not exactly the priority target here for CNT. And honestly, I have to wonder just how comfortable Timer is on this Diana. You know, they didn't early pick it ordinarily. As I said, you pick the like B1 or B2 Diana as opposed to taking it in the second rotation and getting the Yasuo first. And we've seen him, let's be honest, miss a lot of Qs. So, a lot of those crescents have gone wide on champions, on minions, on scuttle crabs. And then we look for engages like that, and it's like, okay, is he the most comfortable, or did he just pick this because Reborn said, ooh, this is a good combo? Trust. Either way, they're starting up the Baron.
And Reborn is on his way down. Aatrox is on the bottom side of the map. He does have the teleport. Edge of Ixal will be able to lock down the Diana, but the Baron has already been slayed. Timer going in. That's going to be the Yasuo on top, but the Diana has already fallen, and Reborn's got nowhere to dash out to Xiaowei. Now looking to just dish out the damage, looking towards Hamza, who's already going to be able to find one, but pulled back in is Xiaowei, but he's able to stay alive. He has the shield, he has the damage, he has the healing. He will eventually fall. The shutdown picked up by J Chopper, but it is a 5-4-2. CNT get the Baron. CNT win the fight.
They get the Baron and then PFT engage afterwards. And the Baron's already gone. There's nothing left to fight for. But PFT still go in and just get cleaned out. And you can see how confident Bolo Xiaowei is and just how little he cares about J Chopper. Because in that fight, he just ulted into 3 people. He ulted into J Chopper, like literally underneath him, just to try and put out a little bit more damage onto, I think it was maybe Reborn. And, you know, J Chopper couldn't really do anything about it. There's nothing nothing going on for that Aatrox. And again, the fight didn't really need to happen for PFT, or if it did, gotta go a bit earlier than that. That's a lot of kills, a lot of gold, as well as the Baron and all it provides going to CNT.
Red buff will be secured by Xiaowei as well. Just a little bit of extra damage, a bit of extra healing for Xiaowei. And to be honest, I'm getting to the stage now where I'm really starting to appreciate this Lulu pick, because when there is, you know, this Diana Yasuo wombo combo, this huge burst, Lulu just presses R if the Kai'Sa's engaged on. She presses R on herself, and all of a sudden that huge wombo doesn't do that much.
Yeah, it's suddenly, as is the case with Lulu, it doesn't do that much is kind of the catchphrase for any champion that finds themselves up against that Hellspawn. As They now move on into the bot side of the map to try and take out this final outer tower. Get themselves some vision control of that southern quadrant as well. I feel like someone, could be mid getting that wave. Don't really need to give that up for free. Get some mid pressure as well. Mid prior to allow you to reclaim that vision in the southern quadrant. But instead, we've got 4 people empowering 1 wave with the Baron. Not the most efficient in the world, but they should still be looking towards taking this tower, as Mighty Action is in a good flank position as well.
Well, here comes Mighty Action. That's a 4-man onslaught of shadows. The supreme display of talent picks up the kill. J-Chopper's going to be the next focus. He tries to snake the lantern out to safety. He will eventually fall. Rookie now being a focus on. He uses the indestructible to buy more time. And now Mighty Action joining in. He dashes in. Killer Instinct under tower. And that's going to be pretty much the clean ace. It's only Reborn. And there is a pentakill on the line. What do we say, Doctor? Do we think he gets this one?
I don't think he can, and you saw Mighty Action was thinking about it. He's like, I'm down if you are, but Polo Shower not getting involved there, and just a clean fight, a solid engage from Mighty Action, and Rookie just takes Reborn out of the fight with his ultimate, and suddenly you just have no damage. The Ezreal is more of a poke, more of a sustained threat. He's not the big business that you need right now. But on top of that, J-Chopper's not really doing a lot, and Timer's a fart. He is just there to combo with Reborn. So when Rookie pops that ultimate, removes the Yasuo, everything falls apart, as Rookie might be a little bit slightly out of position, but I don't think he's going to be in range for Chopper to hit him with a Q.
Oh, he is, and the last breath that comes in, the Wild Growth is not going to be enough. Rookie falls, and there is a Drake on the cards, and I think right now PFT can secure it, and this is just going to delay the game even longer and allow the likes of the Yasuo, this Diana, the Aatrox, just to get that little bit stronger, because the Yasuo has already pretty much hit his power spike.
Well, he has and he hasn't. We've got a bit of an issue here.
He's got the crit.
In the Reborn, he's got the crit, and he got a very early, whatchamacallit, Grievous Wounds, Mortal Reminder. That's the one. Which is something that a couple of Yasuos like to do. But this is pretty rough, because it set him back a lot in terms of getting that IE. He's only just finishing the IE now. And, when you look at Grievous Wounds, it's like 800 gold for 40%, and then you're paying like an extra 2k for 60% of conditional. Like, it's extra 20%. It's not really worth it to upgrade your Grievous Wounds items that early on. Obviously, Yasuo gets a little bit extra from the crit. But that could have been an earlier IE, and he also needs to get a QSS. Reborn cannot afford to be ulted by Rookie in these fights. The fights are already going badly for PFT. They can't be going any worse, but instead Reborn is now maybe looking towards a Guardian Angel, picking up that stopwatch, and it just means that it's a little bit too easy for Rookie to swing these fights for his team.
And let's not forget, in fairness, Reborn has been using the wind wall, I feel, fairly well to deny the ultimate from Rookie. But if you're using it out there,
you can't deny the ult from Rookie.
Oh, can you not? I thought I've seen it cancel it a couple of times.
No, it's not a projectile. There's some shenanigans where like people are walking out of range of it, which cancels it. But it doesn't cancel the ult itself. But yeah, he's been blocking a lot of good Mako ults, that's for sure. It's just, okay, so another issue we got here is that we've got 4 members of the team with Grievous Wounds items. And it's like, you really only need the Ezreal to have it. And he was the last person to pick it up. He'll be putting out enough damage onto enough targets, as we said. Or maybe Reborn sits on just the Executioners, which is obviously good for when he's like side laning versus Rookie. But like, Timer Zafar is already in a really bad spot. Very weak, only getting weaker by having to sink gold into things he doesn't need, aka Grievous Wounds. As the Baron gets pretty low in the Ezreal ult, isn't going to be enough, but it was pretty close, it has to be said.
Very.
But unfortunately for PFT, the Baron goes over and then they don't get anything for it. They get their bot side quadrant of their jungle, There's no kill onto a Rookie down bot. There's no invade to at least nav a couple of camps away to get something. There was no opportunity cost for CNT there. It genuinely was just a free Baron.
I just want to rewind a second, because I agree with what you said about the fact that, you know, Timer doesn't need to go for the Andy heal because you've got the Ezreal already, Yasuo on top of that, and, you know, now Aatrox. What would you say the Diana should have built towards instead of, you know, that Oblivion Orb?
Damage.
Damage. We talking Rabadons? We talking Void Staff?
Hell no!
Banshees?
I said he's not. I said he's having trouble getting to his. What do you call it? If I'm saying that the 800 gold on Oblivion Orb is too much, this man's not getting a Rabadon. Oh, he's just dead.
Well, Onslaught of Shadows comes through, and I think CNT are just going to end this one right here, right now. Reborn just cannot get into the fight. Now he's got no wombo potential either. It's a 3-on-5. Zhao Wei taken down low, but he's just got a huge shield. Chopper will just get focused down, will get run down, and for PFT, they're down and out. They lose the first game. They have a chance to come back as CNT just need one more win to secure third place in the Wanyu Sunday 5v5 skirmish tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, a valiant attempt from PFT there. And at the end, they almost, brought it back. I'd say that was a pretty nutty combo from Reborn trying to get the knock up there, but yeah, he died. Had he landed it, it would have looked cool. All right, that's what matters. Yeah. And because he hit that one in bot lane earlier, he's proven he can do it, which does, in my opinion, lend a little bit more to what I was saying about maybe Time as a Fool was just picking the Diana because Reborn's very, very comfortable on the Yasuo, and they wanted that combo. So maybe that's something to think about going into the next game of this best of 3. We say, okay, Time as a Fool was not looking comfortable on that Diana at all. Maybe we need to mix it up a little bit, even if it's going to impact Reborn's ability to play on that Yasuo.
And what feels weird to me is that when we casted the semi-final between CNT and Roy, I felt like it was bot lane death, where the CNT bot lane fell short against the ROI bot lane.
Yeah.
And this third place match also feels like a bot lane death, but this time... Dost thou disagree?
Well, it's hard to say it's not bot diff when Bolo Xiaowei has 18, 3, and 7 as KDA. But
I'm more looking at the Lulu, who's 0, 3, and 26, and Wild Growth's just being huge.
That's true, but it wasn't... it's worth noting, by the way, it's a bit late to bring this one up, but let me try to lose same support. This has to change accounts due to a bug. Yes. I probably should have mentioned that one earlier. But the difference didn't actually happen like in bot lane.
Right. Okay.
They weren't like crushing their lane or anything like that. A couple of interesting trades here and there that might have gone some way, but it was really when they get the double TP coming in, and let's be honest, Bolo Xiaowei last hits himself a couple of kills. Now once they've done that, then as a duo they take over the game, and Lulu played a lot of the fights really well. Bolo Xiaowei obviously going nutty with it in the team fights later on as well. It's just what I say bot diff when in terms of a pure 2v2 it was kind of neutral. Hard to say.
So it's more team death. It's an accurate way of putting it. I also think Mighty Action played really well. Some crazy good Onslaught of Shadows. But on that note, we might be seeing some more crazy action. We're going to be jumping on into a break, and then we will be returning with our second game of our third place match. We'll catch you in a short bit.